Left, right, left. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our first graduate commencement ceremony for Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. Give yourselves a warm round of applause. Now, please stand for the presentation of the colors by members of our own ROTC, the singing of our national anthem by the university choir, and meditation by the Reverend Dr. Don Darius Butler.
Grace and peace be unto you, sisters and brothers of the human family. On this day that God has given us grace and favor, we gather in celebration of these who have accomplished much. Would you celebrate them with a round of applause? Permit me now to talk to God on our behalf. Sovereign Spirit of all that is, the ground of our being, the foundation and pillar of truth, we are grateful for the gift of life and for the grace of graduation. We affirm, recognize, and celebrate these who have labored hard in their discipline, given themselves to inquiry, curiosity, experimentation, examination, research, and all the sacrifice that come along with it. We offer you thanksgiving, O God, for their support systems, families who have nurtured and encouraged them, instructors and professors who have challenged them, colleagues and friends who have borne them up with patience and understanding. Now that they have mastered the discipline, the prescribed course of study, give them a sense of both accomplishment and gratitude. Impress upon them an urgency to live their vocation with passion and purpose. Send them to be instruments of good and justice and fairness and equity in a world that need their gifts. Before degrees are granted, give us your grace. Convene with us. Make memorable and meaningful this moment in the power, in the spirit, in the authority of a God whom we know by many names. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. And now greetings will be given on behalf of our Board of Trustees by the Chairman of our Board of Trustees, Dr. Roderick D. Watts.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire AAMU family, congratulations to the class of 2023. Graduates, when you leave here, don't forget why you came. Your education here at AAMU has prepared you to be an effective and productive citizens in a global society. Citizens who engage in democracy, excel in your chosen field of endeavor, and embrace honest, fair play, integrity, and consideration for others. As you depart, be bold, courageous, and be your best. Alabama A&M is counting on you. Again, congratulations, and will the members of the Board of Trustees please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you.
Now let us join our internationally acclaimed choir under the direction of Dr. Horace Carney as they sing Lift Every Voice and Sing, written by James Weldon Johnson, music by John Rosamond Johnson. Let us please stand.
With the heart.
loud as the rolling sea. Lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing a song. Lift every voice and sing a song. Missing the rising sun. Oh, my new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Slowly the road we trod into the shafting rock, built in the days when hope was torn aside. Yet with the steady feet and not a weary soul, built in the saints for which our fathers sighed. We have come, oh we have come, oh well, away the blue seas has been watered, oh we have come, shedding our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out of the gloomy past. So now we stand and rest, where the white gleam of the bright star is past. Blessed are we, straight from the places our path where we led thee. Blessed are hearts, drunk with the wine of the world we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand. True to our God, true to our All right, let's give them a warm round of applause, and you can do better than that. Clap for them like you mean it, not like you're mad at them. Thank you, Dr. Carney. You may be seated. Our speaker for today's exercises is not a stranger to Huntsville and Madison County. He is a former Speaker of the House for the state legislature for the state of Alabama, and he is currently the chair of the county commission. He was appointed as Madison County Commissioner Chairman by Governor Kay Ivey on January 31st, 2023. Born and raised in Madison County, he and his wife Debbie are the parents of 2 children and proud grandparents of 4. He has led a life of public service as a United States Army veteran, a law enforcement officer, an Alabama State Representative for District 25, a farmer, and an associate pastor. He spent 25 years with the Huntsville Police Department in fields ranging from hostage negotiation to serving as a probation officer before his retirement. He is a member of the American Legion, Fraternal Order of Police, Alabama Peace Officers, North Alabama, Emmanuel's Community, Tennessee Valley Smallmouth Bass Club, and was elected by his colleagues as the 66th Speaker of the Alabama House of Representatives in August of 2016 and served in that role until he retired in 2022. He first ran for the House in 2006 and served House District 25, which encompasses the community of Madison County, Huntsville, Capshaw, Monrovia, and East Limestone. He served as chairman of the Rules Committee and chairman of the Joint Transportation Committee, as well as on the advisory boards for the Department of Senior Services and the Alabama Transportation Rehabilitation and Improvement Program. He holds an AS degree in criminal justice from neighborhood Calhoun Community College and a BS degree in criminal justice administration from Trinity University. As Madison County Commission Chairman, his priorities are to continue to be safe, transportation and infrastructure, while working to attract new jobs and industry to the most rapidly growing region in the state of Alabama. He's also a board member at Athens State University, a stakeholder for the National Children's Advocacy Center, a board member for Madison Hospital. It's all right. And he's on the advisory board for the Huntsville Botanical Gardens. Please welcome our former Speaker of the House, Chair of the Madison County Commission, and a supporter of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University, my friend, Chairman Mac McCutcheon.
Dr. Williams, that's probably more than people wanted to hear about me. But thank you so much, and you are a dear friend. We are grateful. We are grateful. If you will permit me today, I'd like to be a little personal with you. As I'm looking at you, you were coming in and seated, and this is a very special day for you, but I just sense there's a little bit of happiness there. I see some laughter and I see some smiles, and you've got your families here that are very proud of you. I just want to say congratulations to you. This is a great, great accomplishment. Let's give them a hand. Let's do that. Alabama A&M is a dynamic, progressive institution with strong commitment to academic excellence, and I'm really thankful for that. The application of knowledge and excellence in teaching and research and service is responsive to the needs of a diverse student population and the social and economic needs of the state and the region. And I say that from a standpoint of having a position here in the Madison County area as the Madison County Commission Chairman, as well as serving in the state legislature. So I have seen Alabama A&M on both fronts, and I know the contribution that this institution brings on both sides, and we should be very grateful, and I am thankful. Let me say to you, I am truly humbled and honored to be able to speak to you today. It means a lot to me to be able to do this. Sometimes I just have to pinch myself and say, Mac, are you really doing this? Because I am truly honored to be able to do that. But as I think about that, a person told me one time, they said, Mr. Speaker, when I was in my speaker's role, they said, Mr. Speaker, you seem like you're handling things very well. And my response to them was, I said, well, I am not the sharpest tack in the box, but I can tell you where the sharp tacks are. And sometimes in good leadership, that's what we need to do, is know where those sharp tacks are so we can move the initiatives forward and accomplish what we want to accomplish. I want to say to you, graduates, as I look at you, and I really mean this, because when I look at my life now, I have more years behind me than I have ahead of me. If life cycle goes the way it is in normal life, then I don't have a lot of years left. I've got many behind me. But I have learned that when I look at you and I look at your age and I look at your accomplishment moving forward, you are the hope of the future of our nation. You really are. We've got graduations going on all over this country. We have high school graduations, we have college graduations, and when I look at the people coming out of our institutions, moving forward with their lives, I realize that, hey, this is the future for us. And we should embrace that. We should pray for you, and we should support you in every way possible. As a state elected official working in the state legislature, I hold very near and dear our democracy. The principles of our democracy, the legislative process, the constitutional decrees that we have, and the laws that are set down to us. And as I look at that, I realize that we are in a time right now that there's a lot of controversy. We have social unrest. It's gotten to the point in our society that we can no longer agree to disagree. It's almost like if you don't agree with what I believe, then you're my enemy. And I'm looking at you and I'm challenging you. You are a hope that we can overcome and that we can do better than where we're headed right now. My old police officer in me always looks at the motives of why people do what they do. Sometimes the motives are not necessarily what they may appear to be or what they've said to be. Sometimes there's hidden agendas in things. But at the end of the day, I would expect from you, as well as every other citizen, to always work to leave things better than you found it. Work on that. Try to build relationships. Try to do things where that you have left things better. The degree that you've worked so hard for, and you will have that skill, and it will be a tool for you to move forward. Some of you, and looking at you, I see some of you have already been into life, and you maybe have families, or maybe you've already had jobs and you're moving on to try to advance your career. Some of you are getting this degree to move into a career and start your life in the workforce moving forward. But there's something that's very, very important that must go along with the degree and the education that you have, that sheepskin that you'll be able to frame, if you will, and put on your wall. There's something else that needs to go along with that. And I challenge you with this. Develop good social skills. These are things that you may not have been taught in the classrooms, but they are things that you have had to interact with in doing and getting the education and the degree that you have. Many of your professors have shown you things and they have taught you things in the social skill area. But when it comes to getting a job and it comes to moving forward and being successful, over 92% of executives who were polled say they consider the soft skills in life a critical priority to having a good employee. 90% of the companies that you may be applying with or trying to go to work for or trying to aspire to go to work for the future looks at a candidate's soft skills. What is soft skills? What are the things that we need to be looking for? One of those things is listening more. By admitting that you have not always been the expert on a particular topic, listen to what people are saying. Listen what's going on around you. Get feedback from others. Always listen. I'm going to say something here, and I don't know if it's appropriate or not, Mr. President, but it's life. During my police days, I don't want to say opportunity, that's not the right word. During my course of interacting with people, I dealt with some very mean people. Some of those people had to end up going to prison. And I can always say that it was during my interaction with some of those people, well, and really all of those people, I always learned something from them. Could have been a negative thing, could have been a positive thing, but I always learned something from them in listening to what they had to say, listening to how they responded, getting feedback from them for whatever the reason. So I say that to say this: never shut anybody off. A good person that has good social skills will always get good feedback and listen to what others have to say. Take a personality test on yourself. Look around. Evaluate yourself. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself questions and understanding more about what drives you, what motivates you. What is the driving force that allows you to do what you do and motivates you to do what you do? Help identify those areas that require more work and attention within yourself. Have a good one-on-one and evaluate that. Think before you speak. There's an old saying that says, put your brain in action before you put your mouth in gear. And that is so true in life today. Think about what you're going to say before you say it. You don't have to stand there. It doesn't take very long if you practice it. And this is a practice that you work on. Think about what you're going to say before you say it. And take time to not stop learning and reading and learning about life. It is so, so important. Thinking before you speak, it is an important skill that you need to master for all kinds of situations. Thinking before you speak, all of these things that I just mentioned to you are part of having good common sense. Good common sense is something that you will not learn out of a book. It's something that you learn out of life. The ability to think and behave in a reasonable way and make good decisions. That's what good common sense is. All of us come from different environments. We were raised in different neighborhoods. We have different things that we bring to the table. But it's that environment and those life experiences that will help you understand and help you have good common sense in order that you may be able to apply the things that you've learned here from an educational perspective. Your faith will always be important to you. I hope that you have a faith in a God that is a higher power than you yourselves. One that you can talk to, one that you can pray to, one that you can rely upon, one that you can get wisdom from. Because good common sense has within it an element of wisdom so that you can live your lives as you should. People are the most important resource that we have in our society. It's not you. It's not what you can do for yourselves, but what you can do for others. And building those relationships are so rewarding to you as you move forward. When I was in the speaker's position in Montgomery, I took over the gavel and we went to work in the session. And it was a very difficult time for us. The former speaker had been convicted on ethics violations, things, everybody was in a turmoil. There was a lot of distrust in the state for our elected officials. And we were going through a very difficult time. And as I worked with the members, there's 105 of us in the body in the House of Representatives. As I was working with the members, I was listening to what they were saying, and I was trying to assess where they were. I was looking at their ideas and their thoughts, and it wasn't a political thing. As Speaker, you become the leader of the entire body, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and I looked at us as a body. And we were trying to put things back together. And one night I went in the chamber. Everybody had gone home, and I went in the chamber, and I was sitting in the chair, and I was just sitting there looking at the chamber and all of the empty seats. And I thought, how can I better understand each of the members in this? Now, I know there's a thing called church and state, and we talk about separation of church and state, but honestly, you can't take a person's faith out of their heart just because they're working in an elected position. You take that with you wherever you go. You take that with you to your classroom. You take that with you in your job. You take that with you when you go out to visit with friends, being with your family. It's a part of who you are in your faith. And so I turned to that higher power and I said, God, I said, help me understand these members, so that I can know what they're thinking and I can help bring this body back together so we could function for the greater good, which was the people of this state. And God inspired upon me, and I have never really made this a public issue, but I think now may be a good time to at least share with you this testimony. I started going to each seat in that chamber. And each seat in there is at a desk with the representative's name on it. And I got on my hands and knees in that chamber by myself. I didn't want to, this was nothing about being politics or public or anything. It was coming from my heart. But I got on there and laid my hands in the seat of that chair, and I prayed for each one of those representatives by name. And I asked God, I said, open up doors in their life. I want to pray for their families. I want to know what their families are like. How many kids do they have? Where do they live? I wanted to know everything about them. And as I began to pray for them, I began to gain insight from God into how we can move forward and do the work that we were elected to do for the people. And I say that to you to use as an example. We all need a higher power, a God in heavenly places that we can turn to and get wisdom from. Never, never forget that. That is so, so important. We're all looking for justice. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Give God praise. Give him praise. Hallelujah. As we move forward in our society, there's something that I coined this phrase when I was speaking to a group here at A&M back in 2001. And we had some discussions about, and this was during the law enforcement days of my career, we had some discussions on this campus about justice. And I realized that you can have no justice unless you have mercy. There is no justice without mercy. And while speaking that night, I realized that is true. I look at people like Thomas Paine, who was part of the revolution during the freedom fight for this country and the freedom of man and our country and our Declaration of Independence. And he had common sense. And he gave us, if you haven't read about Thomas Paine, read him and look at some of his quotes about just good old common sense and what he had to say. It was very instrumental in helping our country. I look at people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the work that he done. You can stand on the Capitol steps in Montgomery And there's a little plaque, a gold plaque there on the steps of the Capitol to where Thomas Jefferson was sworn in as the first president of the Confederacy. But right down the street, standing in that very spot, right down the street on Dexter Avenue, there's a plaque over there where the march from Selma ended in Montgomery. And there was the fight there for people to have voting rights and be treated like American citizens. Right across the street is Dexter Avenue First Baptist Church, where the bus boycott began in the 60s. All of that is a triangle of history. May we learn from it. And may we respect what's being done from the standpoint of Dr. Martin Luther King. I was so moved by the work that Dr. King did. I actually went to Selma and I have walked that route that they walked on foot, trying to feel and understand what was going on at that time so that I could better relate to people. I challenge you. And in closing, I want to say to you, you are our future. We have a lot of fences to mend. We had a lot of work to do. But I challenge you to take this tool, this educational tool that you have worked so hard for, and you deserve a celebration today of the accomplishment that you made. But take this and move forward with that tool to get the social skills needed to interact with people and make a difference in our society and in our country, in our community, and in our world. God bless you.
Chairman McCutcheon, would you please join us again? Provost Jones, would you come and read the inscription on the presidential medallion? And we'd ask the Board of Trustees to also join us.
The Presidential Medallion presented to the Honorable Mac McCutcheon, senior statesman and influential leader in the Alabama State House for nearly 2 decades, former Speaker and current chair of the Madison County Commission, for his service to community as a former law enforcement officer, for his loyal service as a dutiful member of the U.S. Army, in worthy recognition of his successes as a former member of the Alabama House of Representatives, as well as his lasting commitment to the initiatives of the city, county, and region, for his historic term as Speaker of the House and his leadership in meeting the pressing demands of the time, for his coveted role as chair of the Madison County Commission and ongoing service to mankind. Presented this day at Alabama A&M University, and hereby expresses his gratitude for his tenacity, lifelong commitment to a better Alabama, and demonstrated commitment to American higher education. This presidential medallion is presented on this, the 5th of May in the year of 2023 at the commencement ceremony held in Alabama A&M University's Event Center at Alabama A&M University, Huntsville, Alabama.
All right, everybody all right? All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Dr. John Jones, our provost, will now come forward and present this class.
Before I present the class, I would like to provide a brief summary and one highlight of this class. The total number of graduates in this class is 159. 5 doctoral candidates, 16 thesis candidates, and 70 of these graduates attained their bachelor's degrees at Alabama A&M University. And the one highlight, we have 4 first-time recipients of the Masters of Science in Electrical Engineering. Now, President Wim, members of the Board of Trustees, platform guests, I now call upon the Dean of Graduate Studies to present the candidates for degrees.
Based upon the recommendations of the college deans joining me on the podium today, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the graduate degree. Will the candidates please rise? Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Angela R. Reedy, Major Advisor, Dr. Matthew Edwards. Dissertation title, Characterization of Vinyl-Based Organic Thin Films to Determine Their Potential Use for Energy Harvesting and Pyroelectric IR Sensor Applications. College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences, Master of Science Applied Physics. James Arthur Cologne Sampson, Major Advisor, Dr. Ashok Batra. Dissertation title, Electrospun Membranes for Biomedical Sensing and Energy Harvesting Application. College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences.
Will the master's degree candidates please stand and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Terica Aja Curtis. Heaven Deshawn Singleton. Natasha Leslie. Brittany Sade Kelly. Tamisha Bettina Patterson. Alicia Marie Lucky. Michaela Tylisha Essex. LaQuisha Poe. Carlos Avalon Omori Kinnemer. Stephen Lamar King. Karana Lee Henderson. Ashley Camille Adams. Jonica Yene Perry. Kayla Danielle Bozeman. Shaquita Pendleton. Elizabeth Nicole Davis. Cameron Nicholas Brown. Tahara Rasadi Delts. Thais Ade Davenport. Angela LaDonna Armstrong. Ferkita McCullough. Miriam Renee Colley. Victor Campbell. David Andre Simpson. Marche Latina Maria Scott. Abigail Francois. Brianna Simone Nolan. Essence Amari Garrett. Nakaya Lene Vantapro Dubos. Kelly Crosby Robinson. Pamela Denise Kratek. Katrina Anisha Howard. Jalen Clinton Norman. Alexia Janelle Ijonomo Akarulo. Kaylin Nichelle Ladine. Paige Katrina Davis. Erica Grace Whitaker. Ashley Leilani Andrews. India Benet Woods. Anita Qualls. Quanisha Barana Tompkins. Rosemary Soriana Troop. Aladi Justina Ugubu. Shawanda Renea Johnson. Alberto Bernardo Parra. Precious Milani Dorothy Haynes. Crystal Lacole Bates West. Jaleesa Chantel Miller. Kyra Elise Bibbs. Jasmine N. Adams. Alicia Tamiro Chamblin. Randall Rice. Elisha Monet Fox. Talisa Monet Christian. Nikki Cotto. Tiana Renee Love. Dwayne Caldwell. Justice Martin. Kiana Antoine Hall. Taya Amani Randall. Brianna Sheriford. Jaren Quaniel Russell. Akila Renee Brazil. Talia Garrica Jeter. Brittany Rose Jones. Maya Tanadia Ziegler. Tiana Renee Carroll. Destiny Elise Morris Jackson. Jordan Elizabeth Bailey. Charnay Michelle Horton. Adeja Samuel Igbuni. Deontay Potter. Hiba Mamoon Najar. Claire Koenig. Matthew LaBenz Braxton. Lydia G. Holman. Tiffany Nicole Drakeford. Melissa Diane Guest. Aaliyah Rochelle Abernathy. Ladisha Monique Hodge. Casey Inez McCoy. Anthony McGee. Denise Amelia Ricketts. Jasmine M.L. Boyd. Tamia Regine Erlisha Ellis. Taiwo Ballerino Oliani. Omo Alade Oluusha Ajay. Ray Atkinson. Armonte Rayshawn Martin. Jimier Martinez Morris. Devontae Quintrell Edwards. Quentin Jarrell Land. Natasha Burnett. Brianna S. White. Nastasia Cantrell Story. Wanemi Conrad Peary. Christopher N. Glover. Ashley Faye Knight. Colleen Eunice Shields. Rachel Sinclair White. Destiny Moore. Linda Congoli. Justin M. Vollner. Leonard Kraknick III. Jade Dion Traylor. Atari Capri Steele. GK Bernard Hunter. Farrell Anthony Pruitt II. Oh. Christopher Emmanuel Jones. Marcus Lawrence Merriweather. Cortisha Curry Cherry. Robert Earl Smith II. Ian Kampungwe. Jada Nicole Gray. Samuel Omar Banks. Gwendolyn Akiva McGee. Keishiana Shabri Evans. Lakira Tashan Fales. DeQuez Lamonte King Andrews. Rondarius Reese. Rayford Sherelle Mullins. Abbas Mohammed Alamin Gubara.
Will the candidates for the graduate degree please stand? President Williams,
Provost Jones.
I am pleased to present to you these candidates for the conferring of the graduate degree.
In accordance with the authority vested in me by the state of Alabama and the Board of Trustees of Alabama A&M University, and upon the recommendation of the faculty in graduate studies, I am honored to confer upon you the master's degree or doctoral degree to which you are entitled with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Please be seated. All right, family, we can do better than that. Please join me in congratulating the spring 2023 graduates of Alabama A&M University. All right, as we come to a close of this very special occasion, I would like to recognize a few very important people. But first, I would like to take the liberty to recognize a friend and long-term colleague and comrade of mine, the current Graduate Studies Dean and Associate Vice President, Dr. Newkirk. Would you please stand again? I would like you to recognize this gentleman. He is a long-term servant in the vineyard of HBCUs. He has been an associate vice president. He's been a professor. He's been provost. He was president of Fisk University. And now he's leaving us again to be president of another historically Black college and university. Thank you. Can we please, the Board of Trustees who are here present with us, please stand and be recognized. We have Chairman Watts, we have Trustee Banks Pickett, and Trustee Jeanette Jones. Give them a warm round of applause. Will members of the legislature who are here, would you please stand? I don't see any city and Huntsville elected officials. All elected city, county, state, and national officials, would you please stand? We are members of the executive cabinet. Would you please stand and be recognized? Please give them a round of applause. All associate vice presidents, deans, and other administrators, would you please stand? Thank you. Would the hardest working, most diligent and committed graduate faculty in all of higher education, would you please stand and be recognized? Would the dedicated staff of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University, would you stand and be recognized? All retirees of Alabama A&M, please stand. Would all students of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University stand and be recognized? All students, sit down. We would now like for the Alumni Association president to come forward and induct you, some of you again, into our Alumni Association. Thank you.
Dr. Williams, elected officials, Board of Trustees, alumni, graduates, parents, family, and friends. Giving thanks to our God for waking us up this morning, blessing us with this new day, and thanking Him for being so good. Good morning. At this time, would all of the graduates please stand? Congratulations. On behalf of the National Alumni Association of Alabama A&M University, which is comprised of 8 regions and over 40 chapters, I now declare you active members of the Alabama A&M University Alumni Association with all rights and privileges and obligations associated with being a member. A copy of the Normal-Like Creed is in your program. I encourage you to become familiar with it. Your first year of membership into the association is free. You are You are encouraged to join a local chapter wherever your destination leads you after today. As alumni, I encourage you to get involved and engage with the campaigns and events of the association and stay connected to the university as you garner and galvanize support for the university through your financial giving and recruitment of future Bulldogs. As alumni, I challenge you to continue your dreams and reach for higher goals. You're never too old to set another goal or dream another dream. Noting that a dream written down with the date is a goal. A goal broken down into steps is a plan, and a plan that is backed by action becomes reality. Finally, as alumni, I challenge you to continue to tell your Bulldog story. Continue to let your light shine. And remember, as I paraphrase Psalms 37:23, what God is walking you into is far greater than what you walked out of. Remember, Alabama A&M University, start here, go anywhere. It is your season. And as always, remember, service is sovereignty. Congratulations and go Bulldogs. You may be seated.
All right, y'all ready? All alumni, please stand. Now for the graduates. Please express your sincere gratitude and appreciation to your parents, aunties, uncles, grandmama, cousins, everybody who's here. Show them how much you love them and how much you appreciate them. You may be seated. To the family members, we thank you for entrusting us with your now adults. And we thank them for the work that they've done here at Alabama A&M University as graduate students, particularly those who contributed to our research enterprise. Now, as we close, Let us please stand for the university hymn and remain standing for the benediction and the recessional.
Now that you are enveloped with a deep sense of accomplishment, as you descend Normal's Hill, do not ask yourself what the world needs, but rather ask yourself what makes you come alive. Go and do that, for that is what our world needs: people who have come alive. Live with passion and dignity. Fan the flames of the holy fire in your soul. Pursue excellence without excuse. Do not flirt with mediocrity. Play small for no one. Be an asset to your family and community. Live your vocation passionately. Raise the bar. Care for those who are not as fortunate as you. Always remember that the Holy One places a crown just above your head. Be bold enough to grow tall enough to wear it. And when your journey is completed, be true to the one who has sent you into the world. In his name, in his power, in his spirit. Amen, amen, ashe.